Hey y'all, it's Dee, and you know I love Jesus. Y'all, look at this. I'm crazy. I'm on the phone, and I'm on the TV. I'm recording videos and playing them back, and right now, I was hungry, boss. I had to take a lunch break. Them stories getting real, they're getting deep. So, this is an Italian sub. I don't even know what's the name of this type of meat. But I threw away the bread. I'm not a fan of bread. But mayonnaise and mustard. And my lettuce is kind of going bad, so it's time for me to get some more lettuce. But right now I'm just gonna dang it. I'm trying to get it to be like whole. So there we go. I'm probably gonna have to throw the rest of this lettuce away because it's going bad. I'm gonna cut this sandwich up, and it's from Food Lion, so it came with a little cookie and some potato salad. But I'm not a fan of potato salad, but I'm gonna try to eat that. But yeah, that's my sandwich. So yeah. You know what? I'm gonna leave it on this. Oh, it came with a pickle too. Definitely gonna eat my pickle. Definitely gonna eat my cookie. Came with utensils too. Y'all know I don't use trash cans because people don't wash out trash cans. They stink, and I ain't got time. So I'm gonna grab me some paper towel. I ain't even bougie enough to be having paper towel, but the food truck came and they gave it to us for free. And so yeah, I don't need these utensils. I am going to sprinkle a little bit of salt and pepper in the middle of the sandwich. So yeah, I'm about to eat my lunch and then get back to telling my story. Yo, telling all these parts and made me hungry. I'm just eating a Italian sub from Food Lion with potato salad, cookie, and a pickle. I'm sorry. Woo! Let me take my dentures out. Y'all, that's another story. as to why I have no teeth. Absolutely no teeth at all. I don't have not one nary tooth in my mouth. I literally have full upper and lower dentures, and the lower ones are broken. So yeah. Anywho, I'm sorry. I gotta clean my nose. And we're gonna finish these parts. I'm gonna finish that food later. Y'all, he put his baby mama on child support. Remember, I was stupid then. I'm not stupid anymore. And I forgot to pull up a scripture for y'all. So guess what? I'm just gonna read whatever. I'm just gonna read whatever is open. We are on Ecclesiastes 12. The word of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool will swallow up himself. I just had the Bible open to that, and that's your scripture. Whatever it means, take it. Make sure you're using wise words so you can be a wise person. Anyway, he put his baby mama on child support. Y'all, I thought that was the stupidest thing in the world. Guess what? He got me on child support too. Our son is 18 now, so they stopped the child support. I still owe him like $2,000. He'll get that, whatever. Hopefully they'll give us another stimulus check and take it. Or, you know, if I'm able to ever file taxes, they'll take it. I don't know, but I don't have any money. Y'all help blow this TikTok up so I can get paid, so I can pay him his $2,000 child support. Or send me some roses. Didn't somebody pay off their student loans with Rose? Yeah, I owe student loans too. But anyway, we're not going to get into that. So he put his baby mama on child support. Y'all, I hate that. Like a man putting a woman on child support. Come on now. And I get it that women do it too. But I don't know. I ain't even going to go into that. Anywho, I was mad that he had his baby mama on child support. So I was like, look, let's just take her off child support and let's help her. She wasn't able to pay the $25 a month. And when I met the lady, y'all, she really was struggling. And she had another child that wasn't his. And so you really separated, they separated the children. I don't know how the story really went, but from what I was told, she put the little boy out. I don't know. But the lady was obviously going through something. Can we help her? He was so mad that I wanted to help her. I'm like, yo, let's take her off child support. Like, instead of her having to pay us $25 a month, let's give her $25 a month. I know it might sound crazy to y'all, but come on, she couldn't even afford the $25. We already have one child. Let's help her with the other child. I know the child has nothing to do with us, but y'all, I have such a passion for children. If you get to know me, you'll really understand. I love children. And that woman needed help at the time. She needed encouragement. And not only that, if you're going to be a minister of the gospel and you're going to pull me in this shindig, this drag out race, we need to help each other. She was also a woman of God. Why wasn't we helping each other? And the child they had was still a one-night stand. She probably was not expecting to get pregnant. Y'all was just being stupid at the time. So I'm like, let's help her. Y'all, he got mad with me for wanting to help her. He dragged things in court. Like, he really would send the police to try to lock her up. He did the same thing to me later on. So anywho, y'all, I just felt so bad for her. So that was that story. She ended up staying on child support until he got older. I don't know what happened with it after that, but I just thought it was really stupid that we're trying to collect $25 a month out of this lady, or $50, whatever it was. It was a very low amount, and it was stupid, and we did not need that $50 for that child. I just felt like we should have helped her and her other child while raising the other child. Neither here nor there. So y'all, I'm gonna talk about this other story. His sister had got pregnant. And I think before, the sister had a couple of miscarriages. And so this time she got pregnant, she was actually able to carry the baby to term. So at her last pregnancy appointment, y'all, sometimes I'm lost for words because I'm trying to talk really, really fast because time be running. At her last appointment, there was no heartbeat. So they found out that the baby had died. The sister had diabetes really, really bad. And the diabetes was burning the baby's skin or whatever. It's like some type of acid or whatever. So anywho, the baby ended up dying. So when she pushed the baby out, she had to push out a dead baby. She actually had to go into labor and push out this baby and push out a dead baby. Y'all was so hurt by that when she was in labor and having a baby, I went to the hospital. Now, if you're a pastor and I'm your wife, that means I have to care for the congregation just like you. And his family went to the church. I care about them too. You put this burden on me. I didn't ask for this. And so I go to the hospital. He didn't even go. He was in the bed. Y'all, he was home in the bed doing nothing. He always was lazy doing nothing. And I was always on the go, but I would give credit to him. So I go to the hospital. Y'all, mind y'all, I know it's late. It was probably like 10 o'clock at night. And so I went to the hospital, and my whole thing was to go comfort her, pray for her, and let her know that somebody's there for her. I don't know who all went to visit her, but I'm first lady. So I'm going to the hospital to see one of my members, which they didn't even consider me first lady. They didn't even consider me. I don't know what they consider me as. I really didn't care. I just know I played my role. So I go to the hospital, y'all. And I went in the room and I saw her. And then I told her, you know, she had another visitor, which was the child's father at the time. And so I was like, you know, I'm going to give you your privacy. I'm going to step out here and I'll be sitting out here for a little bit, you know, because I want to come back in and pray with you and, you know, visit with you. So I'm just sitting outside by the nursery, y'all. And so I walk into the nursery. I'm praying over all the babies that are in there. They were so cute. And as I'm praying over her, y'all, it was probably like 2 o'clock in the morning, and he started blowing my phone up. Oh, you out hoeing? You like, he just kept saying I'm cheating on him when he was the whole one cheating the whole time. So anywho, I'm like, yo, I'm at the hospital with your sister. You're in the bed, sleeping, eating, doing nothing. You should be up here with me. So while I'm at the hospital, he's doing all that crazy stuff. Y'all, he got mad that I went to go see his sister in the hospital and her baby just died. She just had to push out a dead baby. So anywho, after that story, y'all, I got to turn the page because I got it. So there was a time where, because I want to hurry up and tell these parts because I want to get into the part about his son. That's probably going to be the next video. I'm sorry. And I'm probably only going to make 2 more videos, and that's going to be, I'll probably get up to part 10 and that's it. I promise you it's not going to be 50 parts. So anywho, there was a time where I had got my tax money. So how we file taxes, he would file the business and the church or whatever, and I would file the household, if that makes sense. Lord, I hope I ain't incriminating myself. Anyway, so there was one time we had got our tax money, and at the same time, remember, I was in college. I had got school money. And then my homegirl at the time, shout out to Justina, she had got her tax money. So we were like, we wanted to do something nice for the youth in the church. And Justina went to a whole nother church. But she just got with me, and it was her kids, my kids, and some of the kids in the church. And so what we decided to do, we were going to get their hair done. I probably did their toes because I did hair and I did toes and nails at the time. But I don't think I remember wanting to support another young lady that did hair. And so she only charged me like $10 per child. And she did like, remember them cute cornrows everybody got to the side with the braids hanging along? So she did that for the young ladies. Me and Justina wanted the girls to feel good. Well, basically all the kids, we wanted them to feel good about themselves, and we wanted to treat them. So we got their hair done. We took them to Rue 21 at the time, or Rainbows. We got them remember the colorful jewelry? You had the yellow necklace, the yellow earrings. We got them some jewelry. Actually, we got them some jewelry, but I also let them come to my house and pick out jewelry from my daughter's closet because my daughter had crazy jewelry. And then we bought them a little outfit. So we made them feel beautiful for the day. And then I believe we took them to the movies and out to eat. So me and Justina together put our money together, and we got these kids dressed up, looking all cute and nice, and took them out to eat. And y'all, why he got mad? Because we were doing something for the youth in the church. He got so pissed. That was just crazy. So then, even after that, Justina helped me. So it was him, and he has a twin sister. It was him and his twin's birthday. And so we decided, you know what? We were going to put together a whole big celebration for their birthday. So we got a cake. We got a preacher. We got singers to come out. We had the kids put something together. Y'all, part 6. Oh. Woo, y'all, part 6. So yeah, me and Justina had got groups to come in and sing for him. We ended up getting a cake, and since he has a twin sister, we put both of their names on the cake. We had dancers. Like, we put together a whole service for him and his sister's birthday, and we honored both of them. Y'all, he was mad the whole time because we included his sister. That is your twin. You mad that her name is on the cake too? Like, oh my gosh. So y'all, real quick, y'all already know. Let's get this scripture out the way. Proverbs 33. Wait. Let me make sure I'm right. Sorry. Proverbs 31. Ooh, Proverbs 31 woman. Ew. Proverbs 31, 25 through 28. Real quick. Strength and honor are her clothing, and she shall rejoice in time to come. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongues is the law of kindness. She looketh well to the ways of her household, and eateth not the bread of idleness. Her children arise up and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praiseth her. Amen. So y'all, he got mad because we were celebrating him and his sister. So anywho, next thing, y'all, and in this part, y'all, forgive me if I start crying because, oh my gosh, this is so sad. So we come home one day. Okay, so we had our own cleaning business. I'm gonna say his cleaning business because everything we had together, he said it was his. And so we had got aside from the cleaning business, we were like, well, no, it was in with the cleaning business. So a lady wanted us to paint some apartments that she had and clean them out. So we were like, okay, we got to go get a bid. We got to go make a bid for how much we're going to charge her to clean out these apartments and paint them or whatever. So mind you, in the morning, I got the kids dressed. I took them to daycare. I went to work. I come from work. I get the kids from daycare. I take them home. Then I have to go to school. In the midst of all that, if I didn't have class, I helped clean buildings. Or after class, I helped clean buildings and clean apartments and clean houses with him. So I helped all the kids with the homework. I did everything with the kids. He did nothing. He ate or slept. So anywho, mind y'all, I'm a busy mother. It's hectic. It's chaotic. So we have to go and look at the square footage of these apartments to give this lady a number of what we're going to charge her. So we take all the kids home. His oldest son is home at the time, mind you. His oldest son is 16 at the time. Context. He never let his son date. We tried to let him date one time. He let the date come over. They had to sit in the living room. One time I had took the kids to the movies and I sat outside in the car. They were teenagers at the time. I don't feel like going and sitting in the movie theater with the teenagers. Again, he was a pastor. He was very strict and he was very evil. So he got mad because I let the kids go in the movie theaters by themselves. And I sat in the car in the parking lot of the movie theater and just waited for the movie to be over. Yes, they did some stupid stuff like run around the movie theater. Look, it's typical teenage stuff. So when we got home, I guess they must have did something a little too out the way, probably like running through the movie theater and really making noise. I don't know if somebody got into a fight. I can't remember what happened, but it got back to him and the kids were banned from going to the movie theaters. Not by the movie theater people, I don't think, but by him. So anywho, yes, teenagers get in trouble. I understand that. Like he couldn't understand what kids do. So, and he never let them do anything by themselves. So, and later on, I see why he never let his son do anything. But my kids wasn't off the chain crazy like that. So anyway, we take the little ones. Remember, my youngest daughter and then the child that we got together. We left them with his oldest son and my oldest daughter. So at the time when we dropping the kids off to the little kids over to the older kids, my daughter asked if she can run with him. Now, I had to go run. I think I had to go to the grocery store while he go and get the bid from the lady. So my oldest daughter asked if she could ride with him. So he said yes. So that leaves his oldest son with the two little kids. So my daughter at the time was 4, which would make her brother 2. Yes. So his oldest son is 16. So when we all get back from running our errands, we're in the house and we're just sitting down talking. And my youngest daughter is talking to my oldest daughter. She's like, yeah, Big Bird put his butt on my butt. That's what we called his oldest son, Big Bird. I hate to call names, but I have to. So she's like, yeah, Big Bird put his butt on my butt. So my ex-husband hears this and he's like, huh? So he goes and he gets my little daughter and he starts questioning her. And he was like, so what is your butt? She pointed to her front part. And so he said, well, what is Big Bird's butt? Because she said he put his butt on my butt. So she pointed to the front part. So he's like, Big Bird, come here. So he comes in and he asked my daughter. Now, my daughter was very outspoken. So he was like, point to Big Bird's butt. And she pointed at his penis. And so he tells Big Bird, I think before that happened. So what we did, before he called his son in the room, what he did, he started drawing pictures. So he drew a picture of a heart, a picture of a star, a picture of a vagina, and a picture of a penis. And he was like, point to your butt. She pointed to the vagina. He said, point to Big Bird's butt. She pointed to the penis. And so at this moment, we like, what? So I'm like, huh? So then he called his son in the room and said, point to his butt. And she pointed to the penis. And she said, he said, point to your butt. And she pointed to her vagina. So he started like trying to mix her up. He was like, no, Big Bird didn't put his butt on your butt. I put my butt on your butt. And she said, no, Daddy, you didn't put your butt on my butt. Big Bird put his butt on my butt. And he was like, no, your mama put her butt on your butt. And she said, no, Daddy, stop lying. He put his butt on my butt. Not you, not mommy, not Naya, but him. And so then we realized, oh, you tried to molest my child. So we take her out the room and we start to question him. And when I say my daughter told this story complete, she was like, he put RJ to sleep, which is my son, young son. He put him to sleep, or he was already asleep, and I was asleep, and he woke her up by pulling her underwear down, taking his penis and rubbing it up against her vagina. He didn't penetrate her. He rubbed it up against her vagina, and she woke up. And when she woke up, he told her, go use the bathroom. And then when she got out the bathroom, he was like, are you hungry? And he tried to fix her something to eat. Now, our question was, why are you trying to he tried to say he took her to the bathroom. She's been potty trained since she was 2. All my kids were potty trained at 1.5 years, 2 years old. Why are you taking her to the bathroom? She doesn't need help going to the bathroom. She knows how to wipe herself very good. So then he finally admitted to trying to penetrate her, but he didn't. When he rubbed himself up against her, she woke up, and that scared him. So my ex-husband ended up calling the police. The police came and they basically got the story. Then the son, he admitted to what he did. And so because he was 16 years old, they locked him up, took him downtown. So this is where it gets crazy, y'all. And I might cry. I'm sorry if I'm going to cry. At the time, his dad was so evil, so mean, and so strict. He would not let this little boy date. And I told him, I said, you have to let him date. You have to let him be around other children besides just us and our children. He's going to start to look at them. I mean, I've been warning him about this. And so I would sneak and take the kids out. I would sneak and let them date. But when they were on these dates or whenever I took them out, I was there. So I wouldn't let them not be in my presence. Like when I took them to the movie theater, I would just let them go in the theater and I'm sitting outside. If I took them to a little party, I would sit outside in my car the whole time. And when it was time to go, let's go. So when he went to court, y'all, I had to show up as 2 mothers. Y'all, this little boy, he had nobody in his life, but at the same time, I have to show up for my child. Oh, I did not want to cry. But the courts was ready to throw the book at him. He's a little black child. He's 16 years old. He had nothing but hell to deal with all his life. Like his father was so evil and so mean to him. And so I was the only mother figure in his life. Oh, Jesus. He had other people, I know, but like I was there 24/7 through everything. So while I want to show up for him as a mother, you did something horrible to my child. So I have to show up for my child. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. This is going into a part 7. I just wanted to get this over with. Oh, part 7. Oh, y'all. Part 7. And I'm going to try to finish this without crying. Before we get through that, y'all, let's go ahead and get our scripture out the way. Matthew 19:14. But Jesus said, suffer little children and forbid them not to come unto me, for of such is the kingdom of heaven. Y'all, I have a great passion for children. So, his son. I met his son when he was about 10 years old. Helped raise them till he was about 16 years old. And again, in part 6, y'all know he tried to basically touch my daughter. He was 16. My daughter was 4 at the time. So his dad called the police on him. Like, he ended up admitting to what he did. His dad called the police. They came, took him out the home. He said he can no longer be in the home. And mind you, my daughter is so outspoken. She's going to daycare. She's telling everybody. Everywhere she goes, she's telling everybody what happened. I'm not shutting her up. And so when it's time to go to court, I have to show up as 2 mothers. So I have to show up for this young man who's 16, who barely ever had anybody in his life. People may say they were in his life, but they really wasn't. And then I have to show up for my own biological, for my blood. And so I'm in the court, and y'all, I'm pleading to the court on behalf of 2 children. So on one hand, for my 4-year-old, I'm like, he's a monster. And I don't care, throw the book at him. And on the other hand, no one is there rooting for him or even trying to help him or have his back. And I'm not saying root for a molester, but mind you, he was still a child at the time. And if you lived my life, you will understand what he went through. I know he went through hell. I went through it with him. And so I'm just saying to the courts, like, he needs some help. I don't quite want y'all to just lock him up and throw away the key and just give up on him. But I know he needs some help. And I don't ever want him to be around my child again. Honestly, I don't know if I ever really want to see him again. But I know he needs some help. And I know what he went through. I'm not blaming anyone for what he did, because he can make his own decisions. But I know his father played a part in what he did. I know he did. I watched it play out. And as much as I tried to avoid it, I tried to sneak him away. I tried to allow him to date behind his father's back because he would not let him date. I tried to, let him go and have teenage fun and be around other teenagers instead of being around my kids all the time. And so, to the courts, I asked if they please not make him have to register as a sex offender, but throw the book at him a little bit, because he needs to be punished for what he did. So that was me showing up as a mother on his behalf. But on my daughter's behalf, I'm like, yo, throw the book at him. I don't ever want to see him free again. But at the same time, I want to see him free and get some help. And so the courts, they're just looking at me like, are you serious? And I'm like, y'all don't know what we've been through. Like, we have been through hell dealing with this man. And I know this boy had hormones raging. And if all he's going to get to see is my kids, I'm not saying that's something he should have done, but his hormones were raging, and I'm trying to tell his dad, let him date, let him get a little peace. And I know as Christians, we feel like, okay, you should not have sex before marriage, and I know you shouldn't. But these kids need an outlet, and I'm not saying sex should be an outlet, but he should have been able to go do other things with other children. And so I am in this courthouse, and y'all, I'm bawling because I have to show up as 2 different parents. That's the toughest thing. That's one of the toughest things I've ever had to do in life. So anywho, they took him out the home. I'm not sure if he has to register as a sex offender, but I know he had to get some help, and they gave him the help that he needed. I don't know what else he has done in life, because I just completely cut him off. I think I've seen him like 1 or 2 times later on, like a few years after I was divorced or whatever. And he just hated his dad. I don't know what type of relationship they have now. But, even when my daughter saw him a few years later, she ran to him and gave him a hug. And I'm like, I had to hurry him separate. I'm like, no, like, I don't think she remembered, because she was probably like 10, 11 at this time. I don't think she quite remembered him trying to touch her as much as she remembered, that's my brother. And so I just let him know, like, hey, we can't have no contact. I really don't want you to come around. And when he saw me, y'all, he called me mom. When I say torn, Yeah, I was so torn because that was my son. That really was like my son. But at the same time, that wasn't my blood. But he was still my son. So anywho, while he was locked up, at the time, I was paying my ex-husband's mother phone bill. And so his son would call his grandmother. And when my ex found out that his son is calling his mother, he told me not to pay the phone bill anymore. And so I had to go and tell the mother, my ex-husband's mother, I can't pay your phone bill anymore. So what I did, and y'all, this is like a lot of backhanded stuff that I was doing that I should not have been doing behind the scenes, but I had to. So I told the mother, I said, look, he doesn't want me to pay your phone bill anymore. This is a house phone. He doesn't want me to pay your phone bill anymore because he doesn't want his son being able to call anybody. And so I'm going to still pay your phone bill, but I need you not to tell him. She told him. So again, he ended up getting totally upset with me because I'm paying. And I get it. He was more upset with me. He was more upset than I was. Not that I wasn't upset. He was upset with his son for what his son did because his son disappointed him. I was very upset with his son for what he did. But at the same time, that's still your child. You still have to show up for him. You have to now be angry and get him the help that he needs. But he just wanted to just cut him off altogether. He's 16. He just had turned 16. He wanted to dismiss his son. He was a disgrace to him. He embarrassed him. And I get all that. But oh my gosh, now this child really has nobody. The only person. So I used to take the little boy to counseling. All the kids went to counseling. I made sure everyone went to counseling. And when we would go to counseling, mind y'all, I was pregnant then too. With our youngest son. When we went to counseling, this is before the incident happened. No one showed up but me and them kids. So the counselor wanted his son's mother and his father, my ex-husband, to come to a counseling session that did not include me. So mind y'all, I'm outside in the car again because I'm dropping him off to counseling to make sure he's on time. The mother didn't show up and his daddy didn't show up. And so when I get into the counselor office, she's just looking and she's like, yo, you got the biggest burden on your hands. She tried to call the parents and they didn't even answer. And now this young man is watching this play out. No one showed up for him but me. His dad got upset because I took him to the counseling sessions. We all needed it. Like we all needed it. And so after the counseling sessions, that's when I realized I'm the only person that this little boy has. And so I tried to show up for him. But after hearing about the molestation and then years later, my oldest daughter comes to me and tells me he touched her too. Y'all, I didn't know he was touching her from day one. I knew nothing about it. My ex-husband knew about it and he kept it from me. He didn't do anything then because he didn't like my oldest daughter, but he loved my youngest daughter. So you didn't call the cops on your son when you knew about the oldest one being touched on, but you called the cops on when you found out about the youngest one being touched on. And I didn't know this until my oldest daughter turned 21 and she came to me and she sat down and told me, she opened up to me and told me about it. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, why didn't you tell me before? And I get it why people don't talk about it because I was EPAR'd before and I didn't want to talk about it until it came out. But y'all, oh my gosh, I'm going to end this right here. That's it for the horrible stories because it's just bothering my conscience right now. It's bothering me, period, because I really endured all this mess. But I did all these parts to say this. You never know who you are about to marry until you say I do. And a kept wife is usually the one that's keeping secrets. She ain't all as kept as y'all think she is. And they be showing out for social media. Stay vigilant. Oh, y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you don't, yes, I don't care. Yes, I don't care. Yes, I don't care. These nails still on my fingers. Every last one of them. Like, even on my other hand. Every last nail. And I could have got a feeling, but I don't want nails. I want them off. Happy birthday to me is over. Birthday nails need to go. I got these nails done like the second week in March. We are literally in the second week of April. Why they still on? Anywho, y'all hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I post a video. I love y'all. And Jesus love you better. Bye.